In your experience, is sexual abuse something that a child will deal with for the rest of her life?
Yes, definitely.
How so?
Well, it is not something that you deal with in 2 or 3 sessions and say, that's over, we don't ever have to worry about that again. It becomes part of who they are, it becomes part of their personality, and it becomes part of something that may resurface every so often, including if should they marry and have children of their own, it may impact how they raise their own children.
If we do what the state says, give him 20, forget about counts 2, 3, and 4. If we give him 20 and 20, he'll be over 100 years old if he was still living at the time he got out. In other words, the state wants you to give him a death sentence is what it comes down to. That's exactly what it would be, giving him 20 and 20. We asked the court to consider giving him the minimum 6 and 6 on count 1 and 2. My client has persisted all along and still persists that there was no penetration in this case. The jury heard the evidence, the court heard the evidence, we all heard the evidence. They reached a decision. Down the road, hopefully somebody else will be able to look at it and see if there was no penetration whatsoever. That's the key thing, was there penetration or not?
The law is established, the definition is laid out very clearly, and was laid out very clearly for the jury. The people even called a nurse to testify exactly what a sex organ is, and showed that the people clearly showed beyond reasonable doubt to 12 jurors that penetration occurred. To argue that it did not is ridiculous. The jury convicted the defendant on the 2 counts of predatory criminal sexual assault, which require penetration. The people proved it happened, and the defendant should be sentenced for those counts. Thank you.
Thank you. It's troubling to me, being the trial judge and being here today, is not only the act of abuse that this young child had to endure, but the fact that she had to come into court and testify against her Uncle David. And I'm not sure she even realized what had happened or why she had to be here, but it's very upsetting to this court. I do believe, as the people have stated, that a lengthy sentence has to be imposed in order to deter others. But even more so is the fact that you hold a position of trust. You were a family member. In many ways, you were a daycare provider, you're a care provider. So on count 1, sir, I'm going to sentence you to 15 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Again, that's a Class X sentence. You'll have to serve 85% of that sentence. On count 2, I will sentence you to 15 years. Also 85% sentence. You'll have to serve full sentence on count 1, full sentence on count 2. On count 3, on the criminal sexual abuse charge, I will sentence you to 5 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. On count 4, 5 years in the Illinois Department of Corrections. Sentences in counts 3 and 4 will run concurrently, but consecutive to your 2 class 2 charges.